I am Gimba Umar. This is State of the Nation. We begin with breaking news. Nigerian forces kill 27 suspected Boko Haram terrorists and rescue over 170 persons in the latest aggression by the army. Insurgency in the northeast by Boko Haram resumes a new dimension. Two female suicide bombers detonated their strapped explosives in the morning of Wednesday, killing 7. Scores were also injured in the attack, which came after the general officer commanding 7th Division of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Victor Ezugo, spent Tuesday night with troops during an operation. His convoy was also ambushed on its way to Bama in Borno State. Is the war on terror anywhere close to being won? Are the terrorists fighting a lost war? Let's go straight to Maiduguri, in the center of Borno State, where the insurgents are having their stronghold. Blessing Tunor now joins us. Blessing, tell us very quickly now, a suicide attack is the latest we have seen from the Boko Haram sect. What does this tell us?
Hello, Gimba. The suicide bombing attack was carried out in a village in Bama. It's called Banking. It's a village that borders Cameroon, and it's one of the towns that was liberated by the Nigerian army. And the IDPs were actually trapped with the insurgents before the Nigerian army advanced and chased the insurgents. Now, the camp is not actually a recognized, an official camp. Usually, when captives are rescued by the army, they form themselves into a camp like that. So what happened was they were not really profiled by emergency workers, and that was why some of the misguided little girls were able to carry out the attack.
We also know that the GOC commanding 7th Division was attacked. As a matter of fact, his convoy was ambushed. One person was lost in that ambush. Has the military been able to talk to you some more, because you're in the heart of this?
Well, we only have had access to a press statement from the acting director of the military public relations, Colonel Sani Usman, and the first statement only told us that a soldier was killed in the encounter while 2 others were injured. But then the good news is 3 insurgents were reportedly killed, and then the soldiers were able to recover some arms and a vehicle. And the ambush did not stop the GOC from continuing with his operational visits. He actually proceeded after the insurgents were repelled.
Tell us more about this new tactics that we hear that Boko Haram insurgents are adopting, recruiting artisans, vulcanizers, traders, and the like. You just named them. Tell us more about this strategy that Boko Haram has adopted. Is it working for them?
So I didn't get that. Can you repeat the question?
Well, indeed. We understand that Boko Haram has carried out a new strategy to try to get more youths into its fold, recruitment, that is to say. They go about this by introducing a loan scheme to artisans, to vulcanizers, to traders, to butchers in Maiduguri. And they have a caveat also to that loan which they give, saying if you cannot pay, then you must join us or be killed. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. Well, this information is, we just got it from the army lately, and some arrests have already been made where some of the insurgents were found with a huge amount of money, and in towns that has not been inhabited by residents. The most of the residents have actually moved to safer ground, to internally displaceable camps. And so the army is trying to enlighten the public, especially those that are still living in some of those deserted villages, the captives that were rescued. The army is sending a warning to people like that to be very mindful, because we know there's hunger out there. They don't have access to food, and nothing is going on in some of those villages. So the army is sending a warning to people out there. to report any such cases. If they are offered loans or any form of transactions like that, they should be suspicious and report it immediately.
Okay, we also know, Blessing, that the IDPs, the government is making frantic efforts to get the IDPs to return to their homes and get about their normal daily activities in their homes, as it were. What do you suppose the IDPs are looking forward to as we speak today? We know that aid has come their way to as much as $800 million from the United States government, and another $40 million just a couple of days back are being pledged for the Lake Chad Basin countries and the IDPs within those regions in the wake of this war. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, what I can say now is the IDPs are eager to return to their homes, and most of those intervention coming from the international organizations, the state government, and some of the donor agencies based here in Maiduguri have said is going to focus on rebuilding of communities. The phase of humanitarian intervention is changing from giving relief items to rebuilding, especially areas that are relatively safe. Already rebuilding is going on, and the state government recently said they are not looking for only financial assistance, but they are already getting building materials. They actually requested for assistance in the area of building materials so that villages and towns will be built and so the IDPs could go back. So what I can say right now is the intervention coming in right now, the plan is to channel it towards rebuilding and resettlement of IDPs.
Blessing Tunor, many thanks indeed for talking to us on State of the Nation from Maiduguri, where you are. Many thanks indeed. And when State of the Nation returns, Labour policy and job seekers' plight in Nigeria comes into focus. The Minister for Labour and Employment joins us later. Does he have a master plan for the Nigerian workers? Find out when we return.